Trading is not easy for a lot of players. Most can't stand the thought of sitting there bidding on cards and hope that one is a good deal. But today it gets a whole lot easier. I'll be going through the easiest trading methods that you can use to go from 0 coins all the way up to 100k in FIFA 22. Before I do get into the video, if you enjoy the content here, I want to see a bit more from me, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. Every single week we are uploading our latest news and the latest tutorials going through FIFA 22. So if you do want to stay up to date, then make sure you are following the channel. And getting back into the video. In this video, I'll be going through a number of different trading methods that you can use to take you from nothing all the way up to 100k. With each of these methods, I have already gone through them in separate videos where we talk about the method in depth and give examples. So if you want further information on these methods, then there is links in the description down below to each. In the description, you will also find a link to the Discord where we do a step-by-step guide where it's in text form. So that if you don't like listening to me and my voice, then you can just head over to there and just read along by yourself. And if you are still struggling to understand how these methods are done, you then also have the chat where you can ask other members as part of that Discord, or you can even reach out to me within the general chats or just send me a direct message. And all of this is entirely free. So when you first get into Ultimate Team and generate a few coins either by going through the objectives themselves or you play your first match, this is when we can start trading, start bringing in even more coins. The first trading method and the best trading method at this point is to look at bronze players. With this, you simply go over to search, select rare bronze and put the maximum bid amount to however many coins you have. Now you're just going to scroll through the market, going across each player, and what you're looking out for is whether or not they have a bid on them. Most of these players will not have bids, and this is a good indication that they're not good deals. If they were good deals, people would be bidding on them. So that also means on the complete opposite side of things, if they do have bids, it means that they have a much higher buy now. So you can actually hold right on the controller and just go across every player very quickly until you see a player with a bid on. Once you do, add that player to your watch list, compare that player's price, and what you might find is that they have a much higher buy now compared to what their current bid is. In a lot of cases, you'll find a player with 150 coins as their bid, and you'll compare their price to see that their lowest buy now may be a few hundred coins more than that. That puts you in a position to put a 200 coin bid in, and because we're dealing with it being in the last minute or so, you should be able to win that deal, where you can relist and be the cheapest on the market and still make a decent amount of coins. The deals that we're really looking out for are those that you can put a 200 coin bid on, but you're able to sell them for thousands of coins. And you'll be surprised how often this happens. Now it's about rinse and repeating. Just continuously go through this method over and over again. Search the players, find those with bids on, add them to watch list, compare the price, and then bid on them if they're a good deal. If they're a bad deal, just move on to the next player. It will not take you too long for you to go from just a couple hundred coins you have in your account to you making thousands of coins. And the more coins you have, the more trades that you can make, which will then give you even more coins. Once you get to about 10,000 coins, this is where we can move over to the trade method that I talk about the most on this channel. This is bulk bidding. Bulk bidding has always been around since the beginning of Ultimate Team, and it's always proven to be profitable, especially for those that don't just want to sit and trade. They want to do other things, whether or not it's going into different types of matches, playing different game modes, or going through SBCs. With this type of trading method, we need to find a specific player. This could be done in a number of different ways. The way that I like to do it is just select rare gold on the transfer market and search. I'll just then use my judgment to decide whether or not I think that's going to be a good player. I'll then quickly go back to search, type that player's name in and find their lowest buy now. In a lot of cases, especially with the FIFA 22 market, their buy now is the lowest it can go. These are bad deals. No one's going to be buying those types of players, so there's no point trading with those players. It might take a few attempts for you to finally find a good player that goes for a suitable amount. For this video, we're using Asensio. Asensio is going anywhere between 950 coins all the way up to 1,000 coins, but you can get him on 800 coins with no competition. No one's actually bidding on this player. This would mean that we're making about 150 to 200 coins before EA tax. It doesn't sound like a crazy amount, but we're very easily going to be able to bid on 50 and probably get around 40 of them. We can then list all of them for 950 coins to 1,000 coins, and that would mean that we're making around 6,000 coins profit after they all sell. Now, all of this does come down to you finding a good player, and this is the hardest thing. There's so many players out there going for their minimum, and you need to avoid these. If you can find a player who has their lowest buy now above the minimum bid, then you're all in good hands. Another trading method that you can use beside bulk bidding, or you can use it instead of bulk bidding, is manager trading. Manager trading can be very profitable, but the real selling point is that next to no people actually do this. So that leads you being the person having no competition, where you're able to make these trades without the worry of being outbidded. For this, you need to do a bit of research beforehand. You need to head over to staff, select managers, select common gold, and find the lowest buy now for each manager within each league. I normally focus on the top 5 major leagues, being Premier League, Liga 1, Serie A, Bundesliga, and La Liga. But there's other leagues out there that will work just as well. Typically within these leagues, the managers are at a much higher price. In the recorded footage that you're seeing on screen, we're actually looking at Ligue 1. And Ligue 1 can be going anywhere between 400 all the way up to around 800 coins. Manager prices can fluctuate massively throughout the day, so this is why I tell you to always check. The second thing that you need to look at is consumables. Under consumables, you can find manager leagues, and if you're looking to transfer managers to Ligue 1, then it only makes sense that you look for the manager consumable itself in Ligue 1. The Ligue 1 manager consumable normally goes for about 200 to 250 coins by now, but I've always been able to get it on a 150 coin bid. And this is also the same for common gold managers within other leagues. I can get them for 150 coins bid with no competition. Now this is where you need to do a bit of quick maths. You're going to be spending 150 coins on a common gold manager. You're also going to be spending another 150 coins to change the manager league with the manager league consumables. In total, you're in for 300 coins. Now, as long as you can sell that manager for more than 300 coins, you're all good. You're in profit. And for the recorded footage in this video, I was actually selling Ligue 1 managers for around 700 to 800 coins. So it was on that higher end. That means for every 300 coins that I was putting in to make these trades happen, I was getting 300 coins back after EA tax. This is an extremely good deal. Now, as said, the manager prices can fluctuate massively throughout the day, and at this time we was at peak. This is when they were selling for their maximum, but they can go as low as 400 coins where you will be only making 100 coins profit. But this is still adding coins into your account, and everyone needs to have a manager within their team, otherwise they're not allowed to play any games. In the last couple of years with this trader method, it has worked with FIFA and it has worked all year round. So I'm expecting it to be the exact same within FIFA 22. The choice is entirely up to you whether or not you go solely into bulk bidding, solely into managers, or you trade with a bit of both. They are both good and both can make you a lot of coins in Ultimate Team. Once you start to build up to 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, we can actually move away from these types of trader methods and look to inform trading. Now, unfortunately with this, I can't give you the specifics because every single week we have a completely new batch of Team of the Weeks. So the trader methods that are working extremely well for specific types of players will not be the case by the time you're watching this video. So I can't give you specifics, but I can give you a rough guideline to follow. Every single week when a new Team of the Week comes out, I look at the players involved. What I'm looking out for are those that are selling anywhere between 15,000 coins up to 20,000 coins. You'll get a lot of players selling less than this and it's just pointless to trade with. The trades that you will be able to make will not be giving you a crazy amount of coins. In most cases, you're actually probably going to be making a loss. But those above 20,000 coins, you're starting to put way too many coins into just one trade where it's not worth it. Plus, on top of that, it's also a lot harder for you to be able to win these deals and actually get some good deals. There's way too much attention on these players, so a lot of people bid them up to actually use for their team. When you're trying to trade with these players, you're just not going to be able to compete with that. But those between 15,000 up to 20,000 has always done incredibly well. You want to search for that specific player, find their lowest buy now on a transfer market. You then want to work out the 5% EA tax and take that away. Now you just need to take whatever coins you actually want to make on a deal. So if you're looking to make 1,000 coins per trade, you now take 1,000 coins to whatever price you're at. This will now give you a number, which is your maximum bid amount. If you go back to search and set that as your maximum bid amount and search on the transfer market, hopefully you'll have a few pages worth of that specific player. You'll now add them to the watch list up until the 1 hour mark. Now it's just about waiting. You'll wait until each player gets down to the last 30 seconds to 1 minute before placing a bid in. And that is, of course, if they're still a good deal. If they're a good deal, place a bid. If they're not a good deal, just remove them and wait for the next one to go down to that 30 second to 1 minute mark. In most cases, you'll be able to win most of the trades that you bid on. But there are times when there's other players looking to do the exact same thing and they'll place a bid immediately outbidding you. This is where it could turn into a bidding war. And what I do is try to frustrate the person I'm bidding against. I'll actually wait until it goes down to the last 5 seconds before I place another bid in. This is purely because I know that I'm a patient player. I've been through this many times before and I've got all the time in the world. Whereas the person on the other end that's trying to get that exact same player and placing bids, they might have a much busier lifestyle and be a lot more hectic. They might have time constraints so they can't play FIFA as much as what I can. So this bidding technique always works well for me and I'm able to get a lot of deals. If the bid amount does exceed my maximum bid amount that we worked out earlier, then I just remove them and wait for the next player. Not every single player that you get will go up to that max bid amount, so you'll be able to get players giving you a lot more profit compared to others. And once you finally win the deal, you can enlist them for the lowest buy now on the market, or you can try your luck to increase the price by 500 to 1,000 coins. It may take a bit longer for those players to sell, but then you're also making a lot more profit. This trading method really should take you all the way up to that 100k mark, especially if you're using it around the 50 to 60,000. This means that you'll be able to get anywhere between 4 to 6 deals every single hour, and they should sell relatively quickly, especially the fact that we are dealing with team of the week players. The last thing that I would do at this price range when it comes to trading is start to look at investing. On a weekly basis, I will use some of the coins that I've managed to trade to then invest into different players. I will look at the current team of the week, and just before the new team of the week releases on Wednesday, I will just buy a few players and store them to my club. I like to look for players going anywhere between 10 to 20k that's playing in the top 5 major leagues, being Premier League, Liga and Serie A, Bundesliga and La Liga. And this year there's quite a lot, so there's always players to buy into. I will buy one of each of those types of players and just store them into my club. At the minute, nothing's actually happening with them, but I know at some point in the future, EA will release an SBC or some other type of promo which requires team of the week players. As soon as that happens, I can then use those players for the SBC itself to go and complete it for cheap, or I can sell those players on for profit. This happens every single year, and every single year it works out extremely well for me. Some of the players that you can get right at the beginning of the year end up being the rarest players towards the end of the year, making them go for about 40, 50, 60,000 coins in total. Now, I'm not going to be waiting all the way to the end of the year, but at some point during that line and where they're gradually increasing in price, I will sell them on. And as I'm doing nothing with those coins as of right now, it just makes sense for me to put my coins into players that are gradually increasing over time. I also like looking at silver team of the week players because they seem to increase a lot faster. Not as many people open silver packs, so when a silver team of the week comes out, they can be extremely rare. A good example of this was Blair Turgott. Blair was from the first team of the week and was the only silver player at the time. He was going for 12,000 coins. I decided just to buy one and store him to my club. I wasn't going to be building any teams around him, and I wasn't doing anything else with the coins, so it just made sense. I was expecting to hold this player for a few weeks, maybe even a few months, as he got rare and rare on the market, where I was able to sell him for hopefully a good amount of coins. But it really didn't take this player too long for him to be extremely rare, where there was only just a few pages on FIFA, and his price went from 12k all the way up to 27, 28k being the minimum. That is where I decided to sell him on, easily doubling my coins after EA tax. So this doesn't just need to be done with gold team of the week players, it also works with silvers. You just need to have the mentality that at least they're going to hold their value. Just buy them, send them to your club, and then forget about them. Forget about them until they're actually useful, where you can actually sell them on. Anyway guys, this is a 0 to 100k guide. These are the methods that I look for. We start to get into trading, start to generate some coins into the account, use them for better trading methods where I'm able to play matches whilst also trading. this being the bulk bidding and manager trader method. That way you're generating coins from your trades, which doesn't take a huge amount of your time, whilst also playing matches which will also generate coins. Eventually, once you start to push for that 40 to 60k range, that's when you can start looking at team of the week players while still using bulk bidding or the manager trader method. This will take you from just earning a couple hundred coins per trade to you now making thousands of coins per trade. And eventually you're in a position where you're at 100k and you can actually start using some of the coins you're trading every single week for investments. And even though those investments aren't paying you out straight away, over time they'll gradually increase. If you do have any questions about anything, then there are in-depth videos across all of these different trader methods already on this channel. If you got lost anywhere within this video of how I was explaining things, then there is also a step-by-step guide over on the Discord. And if you're still confused, you can then ask other members as part of that Discord or even send me a DM. Links to everything is in the description down below. Anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.